last several years, we've watched this team, Toronto Raptors, and this city embrace winning at an extremely high level. And I believe it's fair for me to say that everybody is hungry for more.
The Toronto Raptors are in a rare scenario. #1 seed, franchise record 59 wins, coach of the year in Dwayne Casey. He's now with Detroit, and Nick Nurse moves over those critical 18 inches. He's now the head coach of the Raptors.
It's on to another chapter with the Raptors, and we're excited to welcome Kawhi, Leonard, and Danny Green to our fold.
We're a very deep team, a lot of threats, a lot of good pieces, and I'm excited to see how everybody fits in and how well we can play together.
Today marks a new chapter as the Raptors progress towards reaching the ultimate goal of an NBA championship.
I'm excited about the city, knowing that they're a basketball city. Their fans come out, show a lot of energy. Just be able to get on the next journey.
See you over there, Jamma? Patrick? I had these 2 tickets to the Rolling Stones concert in Manchester, England, right? I was gonna take my son, Noah. We did kind of planned it out for this kind of a little, he just graduated from 8th grade, so it was kind of an 8th grade graduation present, and we had it kind of in limbo because, I just didn't know what I was gonna hear or when, and Masai and Bobby and them all went to the European Combine. And I said, listen, it's like next Tuesday. This is like on maybe Friday. I said, I want to go, and if something happens and I need to come straight back on Wednesday or whatever, I will. But I booked it and ended up going over there for about five days. So we went to the Stones. Right when we got there, we landed in Manchester, went to the Stones at Old Trafford Stadium, and then we went down to Stratford-upon-Avon and went to King Lear at the Royal Shakespeare Theatre, which is, I think we figured out we covered about 360 years of British culture in 48 hours.
Listen, I love Nick Nurse's journey. I truly do. It's really incredible to me.
That guy yelled, "Get in the hole," right in his backswing, Johnny Lee.
Nick Nurse, after graduating from Northern Iowa, he goes to England to play professionally. And within the first couple of weeks of playing, they make him player coach. So Nick Nurse, I think the moment you talk to him, you understand he's bright, he's passionate.
More importantly, he's been a winner wherever he's coached. He ranks 2nd all-time in NBA G League victories and is the only person to lead 2 different G League teams to a championship.
We good?
We going?
Nick didn't only show us some of the things that he's going to bring to us, but I think his history with the team, his thought process, his creativity, a strategist, I think, in the game. We're really excited.
Want to be creative. I think you're going to see some different things. There's probably going to be some uncomfortableness at times when we try things that are maybe a little too far outside the box. But it's again, the season's a process. The summer league leads to training camp, and the training camp leads to preseason games, and the preseason leads to regular. We want to try some ideas and some things, and try to put our guys in different positions, try some different combinations, etc., to prepare us for the playoffs, which is what matters.
Las Vegas, Nevada. The beautiful Las Vegas Strip will be the home to the NBA for the next 12 days until we crown a champion. of Summer League.
How you doing, man? Coach Nurse, what's up?
Nice to meet you,
Marquette?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Welcome, man.
Thank you.
How are you, man?
Doing good. Get it pop.
Get it pop. Where you from, man?
Alabama. Me in Montreal.
Oh, you're from Montreal?
Yeah.
Speak French too then, huh?
Yep.
Awesome. Good city, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, cool. All right, welcome. Have a good week. Looking forward to seeing you play. All right.
Talking to Nurse last year and the year before, my rookie season, he had a lot of ideas for the team, and he always talked to me about you can't wait to get a head coaching job, because how he would run things, and I think it's a great personality. He's very personable with the players. A lot of guys like him. He's an inventive mind. He's really creative with his offense and how he wants things ran. So I think his connection with the young guys and the team as a whole, is really going to help us moving forward. I really like his ideas and the way he's thinking about the team.
Go Raps on 3. 1, 2, 3. Raps. Here we go. Here we go.
These games, right? These NBA games, even summer league games, I always talk about riding the waves, right? There's going to be some really great moments, good calls, bad calls. Just ride the waves with some confidence, some calmness, okay, and some togetherness. Okay? All right, let's go. Let's go. Raps on 3. 1, 2, 3. Raps.
I think for people sometimes it's like, oh, he was an assistant coach. What is the change, right? But he's an old man. He's his own man, and when you're an assistant coach, you take whatever the head coach says, and that's what you do. But now he's at the head. He's supposed to lead us, and I think he's gonna do a good job. You can see he's been a head coach for a long time before he has experience. So it'll be interesting. We're gonna see how it goes.
So many players have found new homes through the draft and started free agency, but in San Antonio, the Kawhi Leonard saga continues.
With the roster as it is for the Toronto Raptors, what is their ceiling? And have they already reached their ceiling? I mean, there is some feeling that maybe this roster as it is right now, they've kind of done everything that they can.
Will Kawhi be in the Spurs uniform at the start of next season, or will he be dealt before then?
My guess is he'll be dealt before then.
At the time of the dinner, we were just happy to see each other, right? I mean, it was special for me because I was just really coming off of being signed, and I flew from Toronto to Vegas to dinner with the team, and to see DeMar and those guys after such a long time was just fun, right? It's fun, like you're seeing your friends after a long time away, and at that time, I think the rumor was pretty new.
Honestly, I've been around long enough, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff until it happens. Because there's so much stuff that comes out. There's stuff being said now. There's stuff talked about throughout the season. Like, I've seen seen my name, other guys' names, everything, and nothing happens. Or something completely opposite happens. Like, those guys are not in the front offices. Some of them have, connections and things like that. And it's like, oh, it's interesting. It's good for the fans and the media and all that, but I wasn't worried about it. I know who was on my team at that point, and that's what I was focused on.
It's interesting because you're right, with social media now, it's the old adage, gossip gets around the world twice before truth gets its pants on. And you don't know what to believe, but at the same point, you knew Kawhi, there were issues in San Antonio. Toronto was a match in the sense that it seemed like they had bumped up against the ceiling.
The vibe was good. Like, everyone was there, everyone was having fun. DeMar always gets there, like everyone was there. So it was cool. Like, I didn't get any sense of anything.
I feel like something could have happened, but I just didn't know if it would have been him. Just because, in my mindset, he's a franchise player. So, but you also have to take into consideration it's a business. Other top players in the NBA have been traded, so it's not like it was the first time.
I happened to be standing with a general manager who was with one of his fans, came by when we were standing there and asked him about Kawhi Leonard, and the general manager said he could end up in this city, and pointing to where I was standing, meaning Toronto. there was lots of noise, and people, I think there's still a faction of the old guard that could not believe that Toronto was a viable option. They just, no, he's not gonna go there. He's not gonna want to report there. They won't pull the trigger. What do they have to offer? There were a lot of reasons why people could have shot it down, and it happened.
Yeah, I woke up, I don't know why I woke up late this particular day, but I woke up around like 10 a.m. And then my phone was blowing up. I'm like, why is my phone blowing up? People on my team texting me, I'm like, this something must be going on.
My phone is just pinging, texts and you know, notifications and stuff, and so I'm seeing it, and I'm just like, nah, man, that's not real, like, no way, right? So,
and then I just look at the text, and I'm like, oh, we just traded DeMar. I'm like, when I look on ESPN, Twitter, everything, you know, it was really happening, so I was just shocked.
At first, it was just Kawhi's coming to Toronto, you know, and then it got to DeMar, and then they were trying to figure out the picks or whatever else. So now at that point, I'm still just thinking it's squad for DeMar, and then they got Yak in there too. So now it's like, damn, both my guys going.
Obviously, he was disappointed, and he you know, like we built something, you know, here. So it was a little hard, just because, like, you meet people and you know, you just got to get that bond, you know, and for me especially, because, you know, same draft class, you know, we, you know, yakking skills, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, man.
Well, we want to win, and I have to do everything in this organization to get us to a championship level, but there's also the human side of this business, and that's the part I really struggle with the most, and that's what's most difficult. There's excitement, but a lot of excitement, but there's also I'm a loyal person. I know I'm a loyal person, and you build relationships in this business over the years, and you have relationships with players and people. And the human part doesn't make it easy at all.
I understand it's part of the game, part of the business. I hate to see it happen because we build these bonds. Like I said, I talk about family. Our families get to know each other off the floor, our kids, our wives, our girlfriends, whatever it is. And we're linked together for life. And then another guy comes in, obviously, and you have to learn how to deal with that, because now he's a part of the family. And now he's going to war with us. And if you want to be the best you can be as a competitor, as a team, he's got to feel like he's part of this. So it's a tricky thing, but between those lines, man, you gotta figure out how to be a professional. And as guys are, especially veteran guys that know themselves, it's easier for the transition. I spoke to DeMar. I live in San Antonio in the summer. We had a great conversation about it. He's, you know, he got his chance to, like, you know, move on from it, and the journey's always, it's hard and it's different. There's different things that happen, but I mean, I'm excited to line up against him, and I'm excited for what we have here.
Danny Green in the studio. So again, you guys are going to be in camp later in the month. Yeah, the expectations were high. You know, the team won 59 games a year ago.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough, man. And now you're in here with Kawhi, the new head coach.
Yeah.
Has Nick Nurse been in contact with you in terms of what he expects out of you and your role with the team?
Oh, we haven't actually sat down and spoken about it, but I've done, so we had a little mini camp in LA twice, and we worked out this week. So I got a chance to, obviously, spoke to him when the trade happened, and worked out, you know, with a lot of the coaches, and, you know, gone through some plays, and, you know, been around him enough to know what he expects from everybody. I think we have a, you know, great defensive lineup, but you know, we're just kind of getting into the offense and getting guys learning the plays, and myself learning the system. That's one of the part of the reasons why I'm here early, to try to get adapted and adjusted to that, and learning his system. But things have gone great, man. Nick has been amazing, and helping me adjust into it, making me feel comfortable, making me feel at home within this, you know, this team.
All right, I think that'll do, sir.
Thank you.
There you go.
Easy, easy peasy.
Yeah, totally easy.
Are you on IG?
I am on IG.
We are about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes away from the 5 o'clock Sports Center. I got a special guest with me co-hosting.
Yep.
Your new Toronto Raptor, Danny Green. Tune in.
Yeah, we are here. We're live.
All right, what's your...
Bringing the energy. It's Green Ranger.
Green Ranger. That's great.
Yep. 14. That's me right there. That's me. Yep. Easy peasy.
All right, here we go. It has been an insane offseason for the Toronto Raptors. I'm very excited to welcome new Toronto Raptor Danny Green to join the show. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to put you through your paces in just a second, but we got some stuff to talk about first.
Okay.
So, what was your first reaction, your very first reaction when you heard you're headed to Toronto?
I was actually really excited. I mean, at first, of course, I didn't want to leave San Antonio. I love the city. I've been there 7.5, 8 years, 8 seasons. But, you know, couldn't ask for a better situation to be traded to. You know, it's closer to home. I'm from New York originally. You know, my family's there to get to visit more often. A city that I always love to visit every summer. I've been coming here for 10 plus, you know, summers. And #1 seed in the East. So you can't ask for a better. So I was very excited about it.
Just wanted to say that was super excited for our season. To kick off, this has been long anticipated. I want to officially welcome Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green here to Toronto, our Toronto family, our Toronto city, and Canada.
The Toronto Raptors have arguably one of the top 5 players in the NBA. Proven, Finals MVP. Championship rings. And everybody talks about wanting to win a title. It's legit now. It's legit. LeBron is gone from the East. The teams that you're going to be fighting with in the East, who's got better personnel? Who's got the versatility? I mean, you can argue, you can debate, and people will talk about Philly and Boston and, you know, teams that are coming up, Indiana, and like, I mean, but suddenly the playing field is level now. The guy who was working the gate for 8 years has gone. The gate could be open. You just need to try it and see if you can get through it. So when that happened, I thought, wow, this could be it. This could be Toronto's chance to get to the NBA Finals and win a championship.
I want to focus on this team, this journey that we have in front of us today, and just stay in the present time and not look back. Right now, I'm feeling great. I'm ready to play basketball throughout the summer, worked on my body, took it step by step, just getting fully healthy, getting ready to make this extra step this season.